Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome back to another edition of Solve. Today we're working on a 2007 Mazda RX8. We have a P0037 code and a P0661, which is the SSV solenoid secondary shutter valve. We are going to be replacing the middle one, which is the white pigtail. Then you have the blue pigtail on top, white in the middle, and black on the bottom. They all do different functions. So if you are having a 661, it is the white pigtail, at least on an 07. They might have changed it through the years, I don't know. So here is the information before you. We're going to do it very simply, and I'll show you the cleanest, simplest way with removing the least amount of components. Okay, so we are missing a couple of things here, but unfortunately that's the way the customer's vehicle is. So normally they tell you to remove the air box, the air housing, these vacuum ports, unplug a bunch of stuff. We're actually going to do it simpler today and still do it right. So you have 5 intake manifold bolts, one here, just like this ear over here. We got one down there, right down there. Then you have one here, and again on the other side right here of that ear, right there. Once you take that out, it comes up that easily. And you do have some guide pins here, as you can see, that go into this hole right here for a nice secure fit. Always recommended to replace the intake manifold gaskets, and just beyond the intake manifold is where we're going to need to work. So let's get into it. So there it is right there, the intake gaskets. And what I did was I unscrewed the oil cap. Then I was able to negotiate this ear around it, around the oil filler neck. Then I screwed it back on while it was up higher. And now it rests on it, so you don't need to have any bungee cords or anything like that. So as I mentioned, there are 3 different pigtails. There they are. You got the blue one, the white one down there. Let's see if I can get some, oops, sorry. Trying to zoom in on it. I'm gonna try and get some light down there. There we go. Oh. Should have set that one up beforehand. All right. So once again, you have the 3 different pigtails. There they are, blue, white, and then black on the bottom. Also, check your VIN number with a Mazda dealership, because when I use this VIN number to call them up, I always check for open recalls. There was an open one for the fuel seal O-ring something or other. Even though this is a 2007, it is still under recall, so you can schedule it with the dealership if your vehicle qualifies within the VIN number. And let's look at this. Mitsubishi 3 diamond on a Mazda RX8. Okay, so as you can see, I already pulled out the top one with the blue pigtail, and it's merely just taking it and going back, because it all goes into this box right here. Now you have access down there, which I apologize is a little bit difficult to put light on there, but it will do the exact same process. Wish I had a little more room in there. I could film it at the same time. Let me see if I can do it. Nope, I gotta use 2 hands. Okay, so we got it out the same way, which was pulling back. I needed the 2 hands. This is the old one. You see it's Mitsubishi. Obviously you can see this is brand new. It's nice and clean. And the Mitsubishi's cap, I guess, is put upside down, so it doesn't matter. Always a good idea. Always match them up. Make sure everything looks right. Left to right. Vacuum ports, everything. Obviously the pigtails, the way they connect, you want to make sure that all the has the same amount of terminals, so on and so forth. And this being the new one, we're going to just do reverse order here. We're going to install it back in. Now, one little note here. Sorry, we're going to go sideways. You see the blue pigtail is still connected. and my experience, because all three pigtails have the same terminal layout as far as I'm aware of. It's not one of those things that you can't mix up, so make sure you only take off the pigtail that you need to. See, the white one's right there, and that way you can't mix it up. And just remember, blue on top, white in the middle, black on the bottom. Let's get this puppy back in. All right, so we got that back in, and I wanted to point out this very rookie mistake that I made. Fortunately, nothing happened. Anytime you separate the intake manifold from the manifold itself, or there's an open port, if anything was to get down there, it would be bad news. So I really should have put a rag, some blue tape, scotch tape, not scotch tape, duct tape, some kind. Well, that's really too sticky for this. But you want to put like a rag, you know, stuff them in there just to make sure nothing goes down there, and the intake as well. So I am human after all. We all make mistakes, but hopefully I caught this in time for you, that you watched this whole video before you started doing the job. And now we're going to complete assembly. We're going to get the bolts back on. The intake manifold gaskets are in good shape, so I don't need to replace those, but some people like to recommend them. But if they are good, let's save the customer some money. Okay, so I took the oil cap off, and now going on, because I didn't get it before, I wanted to show you how I do it. So it goes right around there, then you get those dowels to line up right there, and then you're golden. You just get to reassemble. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, don't forget to clear the codes, obviously. Thanks so much for watching Solved. Make sure you share, subscribe, like. If this video has helped you, or you know it would help somebody, please share it with them. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you have any questions or comments, please address them, and I'll be sure to get to them as soon as I can. Thanks again so much for watching another edition of Solved, where we make auto repairs as easy and as least expensive as possible. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.